Hey everybody, Drew Scooter from Sleep With Me podcast just had a cherry tomato that someone brought into co-working space. Pretty cool. Thought that only happened at it happens at shared offices too. Something from somebody's garden. Very nice. Um, I'm answering questions. You can see the answers to all our questions at sleepwithmepodcast.com/QQ for question corner. And just ask your questions on the latest post. I got a couple questions recently. How do I ask a question? Just go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/QQ. And then the first post will be a video. Just put a comment on that post with your question. Those are all free posts. Or use the contact form on our website. But it's a lot easier for me to track if it's on those posts, and then other people can see your question too. Okay, this is a quick question. Well, it should be a quick question. Oh, by the way, this is a spoiler, so some people will want to stop the video because we're going to talk about Ray, who is the most popular person guest we have on our podcast. So just stop the video if you don't want to hear any more about Ray, which may impact your relationship with listening to Ray. 4, 3, 2, 1. Please hit stop. Okay, the question came in. So this is a fictional answer, we'll say. Uh, what is the question? No, I can't find it. I put it in this video. But who is Ray based on? One person or a composite or what? I guess this isn't a short answer. Ray's based on two things. Ray's kind of an idealized person that I am not, and qualities I don't have that I don't know if I'll ever have either. So it's kind of like an aspirational person. Like, what would it be like to be a person that wears the world like a loose garment and is friendly and easygoing and playful and able to like flirt with people or have fun with people or talk to strangers. And that's really a well-adjusted person. And over the years, Ray's kind of been refined a little bit, but it's also raise a whole person and able to raise life as a whole person. Um, but that's not where Ray came from initially. The initial thing was kind of two things. One was a desperation of making content. For many years, I had paid for this, was able to make Sleep With Me because I was working a full-time job, and that would meant it was very difficult. And This was even early on in the podcast. It was a constant, and it really trained me well. Of like, you're always making content or always being ready to make content. And actually, it was like something I kind of adjusted to, which I can't adjust to in many other aspects of my life. And I have one more tomato at some point. Um, but so I can remember this very distinctly. Was I spent Sunday or Saturday, probably Sunday though, afternoon with my brother in the city. I don't know if we went to a movie or we did something else. And I was coming home and to get home from the city of San Francisco back to where I live. And so to get back home, this is when I didn't have a car. So I would take the train and then take a bus and then walk 4 blocks. And well, maybe more than 4 blocks, but it was a pretty decent walk. And I can remember on the way home, I was listening to this podcast about theme parks. And The person had a Massachusetts accent, and they were calling the just the way they pronounce it. This isn't making fun of them or anything. It was just something that caught in my brain. They were saying, I would say Sasagula, and they were saying Sasagula River. I don't do really a Massachusetts accent, but they was just stuck in my head while I was listening to it. I was saying Sasagula, like that's like a different, I like how that sounds, like it's just one of those things that sticks in your head. And I remember then I started walking and I'm like, oh my God, I got to record an episode when I get home and then go to bed so I can get up and go to work. And I was like, man, what am I going to record an episode about? And separately, I realized I had some notes before I'd made the podcast about like a family trip to Disney World, not a trip report, but kind of like a play by play. And I was like, wait a second, like this guy is talking about theme parks and saying Sasagooler. And I was like, I wonder if I could find that notebook. And that's kind of where Ray came from. Ray does not have a Massachusetts accent. Ray has a Parkchester accent. It's where family members are from, or kind of a Parkchester accent. And yeah, it just went from there. But I think right away I wanted Ray to be a character that was not like me, and was not, I don't know, but again, it was like a character development where it was early. If you listen to those early on episodes, they're definitely in the early era of Sleep With Me, so they're more R rated, and Ray gets in like yeah, but yeah, that's where Ray came from. So yeah, great question. Ask your question. Sleepwithmepodcast.com/QQ. Thanks everybody.